You have likely heard of the word cliche. Very often it is used as a pejorative. Ah, that's so cliche. But the reason things become cliche is because every single time they show how important, valid, and honest they are. I have another one here for you coming up in just a moment that very likely will change your life in the most beautiful way. That's coming up in the Tao Daily Tarot. Hey, hello, hello, hello. Glad to have you in this latest edition of the Tao Daily Tarot. Always a pleasure. Always like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have, I'm just glad that you're here each and every day. Now, what separates this tarot reading from other tarot readings is four main things. One, I do archetypal readings. In other words, I take the images on the cards and read them literally. Yes, I use a little intuition to help kind of tie together the storyline, but basically I work with the cards themselves. I am not going for a particular, I'm not looking for love, I'm not looking for money, I'm just looking to see what the cards lay out. Alrighty? Secondly, I emphasize four energies that most everybody does not. Coming, going, pushing, pulling. Coming, going, pushing, pulling. Stop and think about that. These are energies that are in your life every single day. Somebody's coming, someone's going, someone's pushing, someone's pulling. That's the way it all kind of works out. And then normally, with the exception of today, I do something I call the hyper shuffle. Through the magic of a little bit of technology and stuff, I go through the quick shuffle, regular shuffle. People like to see it speed up. Today, I'm not going to do the shuffle because I ran into a technical situation. And so I'm going to pull the cards that I used because the technical situation had nothing to do with the reading whatsoever. And it was a beautiful reading, and I really believe that you need to hear it. So today, no hyper shuffle, no shuffle at all. Just trust that I'm not cheating you or playing games or anything like that. And the final thing that differentiates me from most other readers, not all, but most, is all of this happens within about 8 minutes, maybe 9 minutes. Alrighty? So glad to have you on board for this little different version of the Tao Daily Tarot. Again, we're not going to do any shuffling. I'm going to use the cards that I did because it was a beautiful read, and the issue was technical. It had nothing to do with the cards, and so I don't want to change that at all. So we begin with this card, which I think is splendid. You saw it as the tease. Breathe, breathe. Such a simple thing, but so powerful. Do you know that just breathing deeply gets rid of the acid in your body better than anything else? Breathing. So I was just thrilled, and that's part of the reason why I said, no, I'm not going to pass up on this. This was something with the computer, had nothing to do with the reading, and so I'm hanging in there. Next card we had coming up was the Ace of Wands. After that, the Devil. After that, the horrendous Nine of Swords. I dislike the Nine of Swords more than I do the Ten of Swords. I'll explain why in a little bit. And then as the magnifiers, we go with the Five of Cups, and then we move to the Six of Cups. And the final is from the Vice Versa deck. It is the reverse of the Nine of Swords. So here we have the Nine of Swords straight up. This is the reverse. Kind of an interesting reading. You can see why. Because of technical issues, I was just not ready to give up on this reading and throw it away. Just too much good stuff, too many important things for you to know, to be aware of, and so we're just moving on. Please understand that it was strictly technical. It did not affect the reading, and I want you to partake in this reading. Alrighty, so here we go. We begin with, as I was saying, something that is so simple and so powerful. And you know what? Usually it's the simplest things that are the most powerful. Really, it's amazing. Basic stuff, huh? You see the number 29 up there? That breaks down to 11, which is a special number. It is kind of the yin-yang. And that is really, I think, what breathing does for you. Yes, it gets rid of the acid in your body. But it also kind of unites your mind, your spirit, and your body all together. So it's kind of a nifty thing. I didn't want to get rid of that. So then we move to the next card, which happens to be the devil. But you notice at the bottom there, chaining the two people together. And it's a situation where very often, people look at the devil as, somebody else in my life, somebody else creating problems. And that may be true. But very often we are chained to the other side of our personality. We all have a light side, dark side, right? This indicates same. But the Ace of Wands says, I'm looking for some passion. I'm looking for excitement. 2020 just beat the bejabbers out of me. I want enthusiasm. I want happiness. I want joy. Ace of Wands. Now we're going to the pushing-pulling side of the energies, and we're looking at the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords, for me, is one of the worst cards you could possibly get because it's that 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You're having these horrendous thoughts. The ghosts are chasing you. Oh, I could have done this. I should have done this. Back when I was 5 years old, geez, if I only knew, those kinds of things, right? 10 of Swords, the swords have already dropped. So the worst is over. Now it gets better. 9 of Swords, we're headed to the 10. And that makes it problematic. And I would imagine a lot of people right about now may be doing that very same thing. Geez, if I only. Don't play that game. You made the best decision you had at the moment, and you did the best you could at the moment with the given information. So let's not play that game. And this is kind of emphasizing that. The Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands says, okay, that's it. I am drawing a line in the sand. I am putting up barriers. I'm not going to go any farther. I'm not giving it an inch. I'm fighting. Alrighty, let's set up some good barriers and let's continue the fight. So I am kind of reading that for many people, not all certainly, but for many people, that's what we're getting into 2021 all about. We're beginning to say, okay, the holidays are over. I've had a few days to think about the new year. What do I want to do? Well, I want to bring back enthusiasm into my life. Here we're looking at the Five of Cups. And you notice he is anguishing, if you will, over the 3 cups. But there are 2 beautiful ones. Brand new, full of love. He doesn't notice them. And maybe that's you. Okay? Maybe the year 2020 has been so tough, so hard in so many ways that you're going, you know what? All I can do is look at the bad. And yet there are those couple of cups, not only of love, but of appreciation behind you. And then we move to this one, which happens to be the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups can talk about a soul partner, somebody from your past, no question about it. Again, I don't see this as a love reading, although I know tarot readers who would take it in a heartbeat and turn it into a love reading. One of the things that I do here by using archetypal figures in my reading is let you make the decision. That's why I talk about the energies. Rather than say, well, someone's coming into your life, someone's doing this and this and this and this and this, kind of takes it out of your hands in a way. This does not. This says, here are the energies involved. You apply them to your life. May apply to your kids, may apply to your spouse, may apply to your job, may apply to you. You know how these energies fit, and you know they do fit. And that's the important thing. And to wrap it up, how about this, the Nine of Swords? You said, wait. Didn't you have a Nine of Swords earlier? Yes, I did. But it was not reversed, if I could get these things settled here. First one was straight ahead. This one is from the vice versa deck and is the reverse side. Not this one. This one. TV screen is backwards of whatever I'm doing and sometimes screws me up. I hope it doesn't mess you up too much. So there you go. We're getting the reverse of it. So what does that tell me when you're talking about the Nine of Swords? Facing your fears, looking forward. You're focusing on opportunities now. So if you have not gotten to this point, if you are still at this point, anguishing, you need to get to this point. Focus on the possibilities. Focus on the prospects. They're out there. And how do you do that? You breathe. Simplest thing in the world. You have to do it to keep your body chemistry humming. You need oxygen, O2. And it just blends the mind, the emotions, and the body, makes everything work better. That's the clue. That's the starter. Breathe. All right? Breathe. I'm going to add one more. Breathe and believe. You got this one. So there you go. That is the kind of abridged version of the Tao Daily Tarot today. Again, I apologize for not doing the shuffle, but there was a technical situation. Tomorrow, we will do the hyper shuffle, I promise you for sure. But the important thing is that you got the information, you got the read. It says breathe, slow down, believe in yourself. You'll find it. You're focusing now more, or will begin to focus on the possibilities. Bless you. That's very good. Hey, by the way, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Otherwise, you and I have a date to do this tomorrow again, because it's an everyday situation. The Tao Daily Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for supporting me. My words don't say it nearly enough. They're kind of hollow compared to what I feel. But I really love and respect you for helping me through all of this. And I hope I help you as well. And remember, breathe. Blessings.